All right, Gilbert, let's move on to WWE. Gilbert, your tribal chief returned on Friday. It was a steel cage match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. And after Cody beat Solo, the I was about to say the Judgment Day, the Bloodline started beating up. Athir says breaking news: the NFL announced Chargers versus Steelers will be UFC style. Let's
Hey,
go. That actually would be something. The
yeah.
way these two are gonna go at it, I'm pretty
I,
sure that's
I
what's
just
gonna
bashed the
happen.
Steelers for a story that comes out tomorrow, but yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. So obviously the Roman Reigns returned after Cody Rhodes is getting beat up by the Bloodline. Uh, Gilbert, there was 3 moments where I just couldn't believe. So this was later, so I'll get into the first one. He walks into the ring, into the steel cage, and it's him against Solo and the Tungans. And he looks at the cage and he shuts it behind him and he just fights all 3 of them. And you're like, wow, that's the tribal chief. And then Cody and him kind of form or help each other. But then he looks in the outside and he looks at the werewolf. He looks at God, I just forgot his name. It just escaped me. He I can't believe I forgot his name. Hold on. Jacob Fatu, thank you.
Mm.
He looks at Jacob
Is
Fatu,
that his nickname now?
the werewolf, yeah. So he looks over at him and he just goes like this. And Jacob Fatu looks at him and he gets into the ring and Solo comes in and grabs him and yanks him out. So they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing this tonight. So I was like, damn. So then obviously Roman comes out later in the night. And when he's about to get into the ring, he looks over his shoulder and goes like this. He gets into the ring, and people were like, why does he look over his shoulder? Because looking over his shoulder, Paul Heyman was always, the Samoan werewolf. Thank you, Brett. The Paul Heyman was always on his left side, and he'd always look at him and then get into the ring. So basically, Roman comes out and says, this isn't WWE business. I don't need a damn, because they got offered a contract by Nick Aldis to fight Solo and those guys. Like, I don't need a contract. This is family business. This is between us. I don't need a contract. This is going to be handled between the family. And he's like, I'm the guy in WWE. This is my show. This is my company. This is my thing. Cody Rhodes' music hits. And he's like, this has not been your company. This has not been your fans. This has not been this since I won the championship at WrestleMania. The only thing is, Cody did look a little shaky when he said that. So
He didn't even believe it himself. Come on.
I know. And that's the thing. A lot of fans are kind of like in the moment, everybody's like, yeah, he needed to win. He needed to win. But I think a lot of people are starting to regret that decision now. But I don't disagree with the decision. I agree with what the decision was made, because Gilbert, I'm going to be honest with you. Wrestlers become great and legends and eternal when you can do it without a championship. Roman had the championship for years. Now let's see what he does without a championship. He doesn't need a championship. He's at the point now where he doesn't need that championship. That championship doesn't define him. So now let's see what he can do without it. So I don't think he needs to chase it. I think ultimately we are going to get a Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns rematch, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think Roman has enough to do with his family, but just a back and forth. And so then what ended up happening is Solo came back, and people, let's give Solo credit. Solo goes, so what? Y'all two now friends? And he's like, and so he starts talking crap outside the ring. He's like, he don't even like you. Neither one of you like each other. And I just started laughing. I'm like, okay, Solo's taking it up a notch. I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. So Roman signed the contract to face Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa at Bad Blood in Atlanta, Georgia. But then Cody grabs the contract and he signs it too. So now it's going to be a tag team match. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu.
Wow.
So what's interesting to me is what's going to happen now. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens have been behind Cody Rhodes, fighting the Bloodline with him, but now he's joining up with Roman Reigns. What's that going to do to their relationship? Why is he all of a sudden teaming up with Roman? Roman wasn't happy that he tag teamed with him. So this is going to be really interesting moving forward to see how all this happens. But it was so funny. Nick Aldis had the contract in his hand and he had a microphone. Roman sticks out his hand like that. Nick Aldis looks at him and he gives him the contract. He's like, sticks it out again, and then he gives him the microphone. When Roman had the contract in his hand, Cody stuck out his hand for the contract like he used to do to Paul Heyman. And Roman just goes like this. And it was just, honestly, like, it just a thing of beauty. I love what WWE is doing right now. I am very excited about what they're doing. And then real quick, I saw an interview with Roman and Paul Heyman. They were at some conference in New York, and Roman was talking about the cursing and now that they're going to be on Netflix. And Roman's like, I think if we can do this with the minimal cursing, I think we're going to show that but there's other companies that do the curse. And I'm like, I know who he's talking about. He basically said, if we do it with minimal cursing, we show that we can do it and we don't have to depend on that. AEW throws out F-bombs. They do all kinds of different things. So I think they want to continue kind of doing it. But yeah,
Smart.
Here and there they can throw something out, but I don't think it's going to be as Dan and Dago-ish as people wanted to believe.
You can't relive the glory days of the Attitude Era and try to bring it back. You leave it alone. It's classic. Just kind of do it authentic.
In this era, it's fine. I think they've challenged themselves to do like John. That's why I give John Cena so much credit. He challenged himself to do this without having to use the curse words, and I think that's incredible. So I give John Cena and this generation a lot more credit than what other people do. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna give you a random point. Like, I've honestly been thinking about like, hey, would I be able to survive without cursing for a while? Like, just I'm good at not doing like in interviews or professional settings. Even on here, I kind of mess up sometimes, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. But like when I'm just talking to you, like without the camera on, I can't do it. So credit to some of those wrestlers that don't do it.
Melissa was just reading something when we were driving back from Costco. And she said that they asked 100 people that are in positions to hire people what they've noticed about this new generation coming out of college. They said 49% of all interviewees don't dress appropriately. 27% of them curse or use language that they should not.
Only 27%.
Only 27%.
That's a very low number.
That's a lot.
Like, what you're talking about, a professional setting?
Yeah.
I guess, but I feel like this new generation doesn't curse that much. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, okay, but I don't know. I think this new generation is weird.
Okay, maybe just people I'm around, but
yeah. So it just
you think this generation as they're dirty mouth talker people?
I just think they're shitbirds.
Well, yeah, but like, are they cursing? I know we're going off the rails, but
no, not cursing. But I thought
I was the old school guy who's always like throwing the F-bombs here and there, and I'm over here like, damn, am I too?
No, but they say some stuff that's outlandish, or they ask weird. Like you and I know what to ask and what not to ask in a professional setting. These people have no filter.
That's for sure. Yeah, that's true.
That's why I say shitbird. Like they have no filter. So
they're like the little kids who just ask questions and don't read the room.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, media wise, there's people that are old that don't know how to read the room. So. My bad. Go ahead. Back to WWE.
Yeah, no, it's just I'm with you. I love the whole Roman Reigns, going at it with Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and I like the build up. I'm a casual, so I'm not gonna deny that. I just come around when Bad Bunny's around. But to see them still playing it up and trying to find
his new music video, by the way,
I have not. And
he's like body slam, like he's in a bed with like 10 girls, and he's like doing WWE moves. Like he put one girl on top, like. He carried her on his shoulders, then he put her down and like did a what's it called? A power slam, and like he was doing all kinds of stuff.
I didn't even know he had a new song, to be honest. I've been very stuck.
Yeah, I guess it's a music video.
I'm really into the new age corridos now, especially after Fuerza Regida brought out Canelo. So I've been listening to some of that music.
I didn't even know who that was. I didn't know who half of those artists were.
Anyway, so I went from reggaeton to Mexican with what's it called, Peso Pluma. But the point is I like that they're keeping that going and they're trying to milk it because that even that card is a Bad Blood. Even I'm like, damn, I kind of want to go to Atlanta now. We haven't gone to a card in a minute. They're gonna do the same thing with Survivor Series. So sometimes you think it's gonna be kind of played out and dull. And the way they're extending this storyline and finding new ways and new characters, that's the best part for him. Finding new people to kind of become stars and emerge out of this. I love that part. That's great.
Remember who hasn't come back yet?
Who am I forgetting?
The Rock.
Oh yeah, we still got to see the whole final boss
Yeah.
aspect. I'm guessing no Paul Heyman yet. Am I wrong?
No,
Or
no,
there you
that's
go.
another aspect.
That's gonna
No
be.
Paul Heyman
So
yet.
they're building this perfectly. And to your credit, you've been praising Triple H for the long game there, and he's been doing excellent.
You know what I kind of want? They're like Roman goes around pleading people to help him with war games. Nobody want like he goes to Jey on Monday Night Raw. Jey doesn't want to. Nobody wants to help him.
Interesting. Yeah.
And The Rock, I don't know if they'll have The Rock turn on him by war games. I don't think so. But let's just say that it's Solo and the Bloodline, and Roman comes out by himself. They lock both teams in a cage. Obviously, there's nobody for Roman, and there's everybody for Solo. And Roman starts off. It's one on one. Roman starts going. Then whoever comes in for Solo, then it's 2-on-1. Nobody comes out for Roman. Then somebody comes out for Solo. 3-on-1. Then all of a sudden they're like, is anybody gonna come out for Roman? And then Jimmy Uso's song hits. Here comes Jimmy Uso to help him. Then it's
Okay.
they're still battling. Then Jey Uso's music. Then like you kind of slowly bring these guys out. Like,
awesome to stick with your storyline. Roman's getting beat up in the ring, and Jay's doing the whole yeet with the whole crowd. While he's getting beat up in the background, then he goes in. That'd be pretty sick.
but something like that. Like I think they're really going to do something incredible with War Games. I'm just pissed it's not anywhere in the United States. And
Where
get
is
it,
it?
Gilbert. And it's in Canada. It's in Vancouver.
Oh,
so
is that what they're calling Survivor Series?
Yeah, War Games.
Okay, I was
yeah.
thrown off. I thought like that after Bad Blood or before Survivor Series.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm so like, and I get what's happening. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Last night, Portland was off the hook with their crowd. Their crowd was great, but there have been some crowds that have been dull. And then you go over to Europe, you go to Canada, you go to other places. They don't take it for granted. They're screaming. They're getting excited. They're excited about WWE being there. So I think as the United States, we need to step up. Like we need to.
I've been waiting for an LA event,
know.
and there's so many cities out there for.
I know.
Worldwide,
they go everywhere. I did hear from WWE that they are going to stop doing so many house shows. I think they're going to cut that down to put less wear and tear on the wrestlers. I'm telling you, the way they're really saving these guys' bodies is really helping them out. So
they just announced that Saturday night one in New York. So I'm guessing that's for smaller kind of cards. And
but Roman's gonna be there. Seth Rollins.
Oh wow!
They're promoting all kinds of It's Saturday Night Live. They used to do it back in the day, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I was like, damn. I'm like, that's pretty sick. But yeah, the Roman bloodline story is incredible. I can't wait to see more wrinkles to it. Supposedly, there's another 2 potential bloodline members.
Wow.
In lower tier wrestling right now that could make their way up. So that's pretty exciting. Gilbert, everything I keep on reading is that Jacob Fatu they think is their next superstar. Like they think he is going to be legit. So they're really saving him. Gilbert. He jumped up the top, like he jumps the first rope, then the second rope, then the third one, and does a somersault. Like that's incredible. But Athir, chill. And we do appreciate Athir. Athir, we do appreciate you staying here. We're almost done, I swear. Yeah. Gilbert, anything else before we?
No, we did all 3. That's why it was a longer show. WWE, UFC, boxing. This was fun, and I'm glad we
Monday. You have to check out Monday Night Raw. I know we have football, but Monday Night Raw, Jey Uso is gonna fight. Oh my God, I'm just blank. Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Can Jey Uso finally capture his first WWE Championship?
Long overdue. Rikishi needs to see this.
I know, for real, and they're flirting a lot with him and Rhea. I'm like, we know that both of you guys are married. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So, by the way, it is going to be at Bad Blood. It's going to be Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. And then CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in the Cell.
Man, they're milking this one.
Oh, hold on. And then it's Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley again for the championship. So, and that's only right now. They still have 2 more weeks left for that card. So it's getting pretty excited. But